today we're going to be continuing with Resident Evil 2. We're on part 3 of Resident Evil 2. We finally left the Raccoon Police Department police station. Only took us, 8 hours? 8 hours of 2 live streams to finally get out. And we ended with a really rather tragic scene of a father having to mercy kill his daughter who became a zombie. Like, that's how we ended the broadcast yesterday. And I was like, oh, what a downer. What a downer note to end on. But with that over, we can finally get back into the game and explore. We're following a mysterious lady running around helping us defeat zombies in high heels. No idea who she is, but she seems to be nice and on our side. So, well, that's good for now. Also, I finally got my scotch. It's been a few weeks. I've kept on saying that I'm going to get some scotch. I'm going to get some scotch, and I finally got some scotch. So cheers. Now, I know that the presidential debate is going on right now. And I had some fellows on YouTube or Twitter who wanted me to delay the show until the presidential debate was over, which I totally understand. But there are still many others who aren't watching the debate right now. And, are waiting for my broadcast. And so here I am. If you're just now tuning in because you had to watch the debate, totally cool, I understand. You can always just scrub back down to the beginning of the timeline to start the program at the very beginning so that you don't miss anything. Now, okay, Facebook finally has a notification that I'm live. You can always just scrub back. There we go. And it's good to see everybody on Facebook today. Joey, Jonathan, Tricia, Alex, Spencer. So happy to see you. And let's see. Let's see if YouTube has us live. And they do. Watch the debate. Totally. All right. I'm starting to have better faith in YouTube these days. They've been getting my... they've been sending out my broadcasts on time to my viewers, which is great. No Name says, what did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's the popcorn? Oh, and what a way to start the broadcast. Thank you so much for that, No Name. An excellent dad joke to segue us into the evening. JD Ricketts says, how are you doing, Oxhorn? I'm doing fine. It's so good to see the members, regulars, and Patreon subscribers in the chat today. And the mods, Jocelyn, Ryan, Zartu, Don Coington, Rachel. Rachel, you're here. I know that you wanted to watch the debate. So, I mean, you're more than welcome to press pause and then pick up right after the debate ends. Up to you. I mean, this broadcast is going to be online, and you can replay it at any time. Malcolm, William T., Sean Fernango, Barry LeCount, Mr. Truth, Courtney, Zaya, Spencer, Slavin, or Slavin, he said his name is the way I'm supposed to pronounce it. Chininator, Adrian Parker, Dave, Mo, Don Coington, Julian Z with that gold derby, Quintios, Jessica, Claire Bear, says, hi, Oxhorn, I finally caught you during a live stream. I've been watching you for years, and I'm so glad I can join you live. Well, Claire Bear, it's good to have you on the program. I'm glad you get to join me live as well. Night Paladin Eleanor says, good evening, Ox. I'm off work for the next few days until I get my COVID test results. Watching your stream helps with the stress. Well, sorry that you're having to go through that. I can only imagine it would be very stressful. But I'm wishing you a good health and a negative result on that, and hopefully you can enjoy the broadcast tonight. P-Town says, tomorrow is 10/23. Do we have a new Who Dropped the Bombs video coming tomorrow? No. The information hasn't really changed. I mean, I know that it's been a couple of years since I dropped a Who Dropped the Bombs video. But lore on the matter hasn't changed at all. Like, Fallout 76 hasn't introduced much of anything new that sheds light on who could have possibly dropped the bombs. And the Fallout TV show hasn't come out yet. Now, when the Fallout TV show comes out, I'm guessing that there will be new information, which may necessitate an update. But, I'd hate to make a video where I'm just rehashing the same points over and over again, just to hit an anniversary, So probably not. But I will be streaming Witcher 3 tomorrow. Adrian Parker says, hello, Ox. Glad to catch your stream today. Thanks for the... sorry. I just saw that. Is that a second one? Did you do that again? No, I read them out of order. Then Rockland says, Q&A time. Let's push the limits. What is worse for you, Ox? Nails on a chalkboard or hearing the words Pepsi Coffee? Oh, they're both so bad in my book. I couldn't believe it yesterday when somebody told me about the existence of, what's it, Pepsi Cafe is what it's called, a Pepsi Coffee. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. What is this world coming to? If 2020 couldn't get any worse. Now there's Pepsi Coffee. Oh, by the way, Pepsi, if you want to become a sponsor, I can totally change my mind. Just saying. MeWe in the chat says, I just found out a few days ago that if in the Ancient Gods DLC, in the runes menu, if you press the chainsaw button like 4 times, there's an Easter egg that's a reference to a Japanese virtual YouTuber named Korone Inugami. Well, that's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out. I didn't know about that. No Name says, what is black, cool, and stands in a forest? A deer in a leather jacket. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Nice one, No Name. Thank you. Whatever Tube says, who cares about the debate? Jody and Josh don't care about no debate. Scotch and smoke rings for life. I always ask, and I still got a Fallout TV. What about the Fallout TV? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Fallout TV. The Fallout TV show when it comes out. No more news on it. I mean, I published a video about my reaction to the announcement of the Fallout TV show a few months ago when the news broke, but there hasn't been any news since then. And, people have all sorts of different passions and hobbies and priorities, and politics is some of those, and we can appreciate all sorts of passions. Right now on the program, we don't talk about politics too much because we need to have some places that are free of politics so that we can enjoy other things as well, and so that those who aren't interested can have a place to retreat to. And that's what this program is. But major props to all of those who are as passionate about it as they are. Dawn Creep says, a man's wife decided to become a whiskey maker. He loved her still. Thumbs up, Dawn Creep. Jared says, hey, Ox, I'm all alone tonight. My booty baby went to Las Vegas, but I got you in chat. Love the content. Well, Jared, that's a shame. I mean, to be missing your booty baby on such a night as this. I can only imagine. But we're here to fill the void. I mean, not literally. I mean, I understand. This isn't. We don't want to get. Look, it's on the other side of the screen. But metaphorically, we're here to metaphorically fill the void. It's probably not even a tangible void. I mean, I know it feels tangible. It's a, like a metaphysical void. We are intangibly here to metaphysically fill your void. I'm going to stop right now before I get myself in trouble. But what I'm saying is that I'm here for you, my friend. Jared, it's good to be here. And I'm glad that you're here as well. Vincent says, good evening, Oxhorn. Looking forward to the stream. Good evening, Vincent. So glad to have you on the program. The stream is going to go great, and I can't wait to dive back into Resident Evil. Spencer on Facebook says, how do parents punish a blind kid? They rearrange the furniture. And then he repeats it. They rearrange the furniture. Spencer, okay, got you. I get it now. They punish their blind child by rearranging the furniture. That's just cruel. That's what that is. That's cruel. Robin says, favorite Halloween or fall tradition? Love ya, Ox. Thank you very much, Robin. I love jack-o'-lantern carving. Every year, I carve pumpkins with the kids, and it's become a family tradition, as is a tradition for many households out there. But the kids look forward to it, and we'll pick out the faces that we want, and, my kids will change their minds 2 or 3 times before deciding upon a face, and then it ends up being me who does the carving, right? Because they get tired after a few minutes, and they don't want to do it anymore. But I'm looking forward to the day when they're old enough to do the carving themselves. No Name says, demonetized. What, all of the talk about me filling a void? Yeah, I know. I just can't get around it no matter what I do, no matter what I say. They just bring me back to demonetization. Sorry about that, Jared. Sorry. That Cullen guy says, hey, Oxhorn, recovering from COVID, ready for some Resident Evil 2. Well, I'm glad that you're recovering as well as you are. I know so many people out there are struggling right now, but I'm grateful that you're able to recover. I also am looking forward to Resident Evil 2. I want to find out what the next part of this plot is. J. King says, who needs to watch the crapshoot, which is the debate, when we have you to entertain us? Not me, that's for sure. By the way, I just got paid. So here, take my money with a very generous donation. Thank you very much, J. King. And that's why I'm here. You know, the program shall go on as usual. Wayne Azing says, I just got off my 12-hour shift. Hardcore. Very happy to donate. Thank you for the great videos. A 12-hour shift. I remember those days. I mean, I still have days like that when I'm trying to get a video out on time, but I do remember having 12 to 14-hour shifts at jobs. I was once a hotel van driver, and we lost a number of employees who just quit, and I had many sleepless nights trying to put in overtime. So yeah, we've all been there, my friend. Glad to have you on the program tonight. George says, love ya, Ox, another night of jump scares at work. Well, probably. I think mainly what we're going to have is a lot of Oxhorn having a hard time solving puzzles. That was the theme of the past couple of nights. Though the jump scares were definitely there, especially now that we've got the Mr. X guy. What the heck is with that? Brian Sanchez says, I can't recommend Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden enough. Combat's just like Wasteland 3. If you're looking for the combat but deeper XCOM would do. Thank you, Brian. I think I've got both of those on my list for taking a look at later. Yeah, it's good to hear your recommendation come in again. Bad Mama Jamma says, what's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea? It doesn't cost $200 to have a lentil. I mean, I can't finish the joke. Bad Mama Jamma, that's just it's a bit risque for me. What's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea? Well, they're both legumes. Well, the chickpea, yeah, they're both legumes, I think. So, in that way, they're similar. And I can't finish the joke. That's a bit too crass for the program. Thank you for that one, Ben Mama Jamma. Rachel says, choose Ox over debate. Couldn't miss the Q&A and possibility of props. Hardcore props. Hardcore. Man, everybody's digging the Disco Elysium references today. I wish I had a new prop to show off. I don't. No new props. Still got a couple that I'm waiting for to arrive in the mail, but nothing has arrived recently. Many of these are pre-orders, so they haven't even started production on them yet. But when they come, I'll show them off, I promise. Jocelyn Ryan says, at least it's not pickles and coffee in Pepsi, Ox. I mean, you're right. I mean, pickles and Pepsi, I don't think that would work very well. I mean, I'm just not a fan of pickles, full stop. Like, on their own, pickles are gross. I mean, cucumbers are gross, too. And zucchini. They're all just... Zucchini and cucumbers and pickles, just all of them are gross. I mean, adding Pepsi to them isn't going to make them better. And that's my feeling on coffee. Coffee is good. Adding Pepsi to it doesn't make it better. Charles Rivera on Facebook says, what is Benny's favorite tool? A shovel, because he digs. You dig? But he literally digs. Actually, he doesn't dig. He makes the great cons dig. Remember his con goons? He had them dig the grave. Benny doesn't, he's not a worker. He's a strategizer. He's the thinker. He doesn't do any of the manual labor. But I appreciate the ingenuity there on the joke. Rockland F says, let's talk more mixed bevs. Michael Jordan was a big orange juice with 7-Up drinker. I like it with Sprite. Your political views on OJ mixed drinks? Orange juice with 7-Up. Political views on orange juice mixed drinks? Well, see, I don't like orange juice by itself. That's another one that's easy for me. I'll tell you, here's a mixed drink that I always thought was very normal because I was raised with it, but I have since discovered is really weird. Because when I've tried to drink it, people have been weirded out. Every Christmas and Thanksgiving, my family would have eggnog and 7-Up or Sprite. And then when I got married, I tried to introduce it to my spouse, and the gross out was intense. It was a complete gross out, like almost. Well, it wasn't complete. It stopped short of vomiting. There was no vomit involved in this presentation, but it got there. It almost got there. Like the gross out was real. But yeah, I didn't think it was weird. I used to do that all the time, but apparently people don't mix Sprite with eggnog. I think people just don't like eggnog. I used to like eggnog. Now, not so much. It's okay. I can have a little bit of eggnog, but a full glass of eggnog, it's too much. But when I was a kid, I loved eggnog. But yeah, eggnog cut with a little bit of 7-Up was good. Orange juice, I'm not a big fan of. So orange juice and 7-Up or Sprite wouldn't be very good for me. Bomberbus says, hey, Ox, not sure if you saw my super chat the other day, but I got my promotion. Congratulations, Bomberba. Bomberma TTV. You deserve it, my friend, and I'm so glad that I was able to help in some way. Congratulations on your promotion. Red Saint Morph says, Ox, please just call me Morph for short, just to let you know you're the only streamer I have donated to, so take some more of my money. Okay, Morph, will do. I'm happy to accept that on your behalf, and I will call you Morph from now on. Michael Yang says, hey, Oxhorn, I've been enjoying your Bioshock live streams. What do you think about a Fallout-esque Bioshock game? I mean, I don't know. I like Fallout as a game, but I don't want every game to start to adopt the gameplay of Fallout. I like Bioshock as a game, too. Bioshock Infinite is a very different game from Bioshock 1 and 2. So it did its own innovation within the universe. But yeah, they're both, they don't need to take on the characteristics of each other. I like that they're distinct. Antonio says, CDPR announced yesterday a character named Ozob for Cyberpunk. He's very famous here in Brazil and quite a character. Looking forward for you to meet him in the game. I suggest you Google his image. Thank you, Antonio. I look forward to meeting him as well. I have to say, I'm a little curious. When I found out that that they were going to start putting celebrities and streamers in Cyberpunk, I was like, cool, man, that's great. But then they started adding more to the list, and it seemed like every day a new famous person on Twitter was being added to Cyberpunk. And I'm starting to go, exactly how many characters are going to be in this game? I mean, I'm playing The Witcher 3 now, and it is an expansive game, right? So I'm sure that there's enough room in the world for quite a host of characters, but that's a lot of celebrities that they're just sort of putting into the world now. Like the worlds are kind of colliding. It'll be interesting to see exactly how they go about that. No Name says, what? Yeah, eggnog and 7-Up. The thing that's really weird about it is that eggnog doesn't mix with carbonated beverages well at all. It begins to fall apart. Like whatever it is that keeps the eggnog thick and kind of creamy breaks down with all of that carbonation. So you get this really thick sort of sticky foam at the top when you mix it with 7-Up. I think something about the sugar in the 7-Up. So it's not particular. I was raised on it, so it didn't seem weird to me, but I have since stopped liking it quite as much because I've begun to reflect on this interesting beverage. And you would see these flakes. The nutmeg in there would kind of get clumped together. And yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, that's what my family did. And the chat is hating on that idea. They did not like the 7-Up and eggnog. The Easy Life says, howdy, Ox, what's your favorite Fallout DLC? It's hard to pick. I like them all for a variety of reasons. I love the feel of Lonesome Road, kind of being stalked at a distance for a great long while. It's a haunting DLC. It's got a great feel. I love the exploration and story of Far Harbor. I love the exploration of Nuka World. So they're all good for a variety of different reasons. Brett Bus says, eggnog is the best. What? Do the she in San Francisco drink a lot of eggnog? I'll take your word for it. Tilly says, Ox, you would hate the pickleback shot then. It's whiskey chased with pickle brine or juice. It's big in Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah. Well, I think I'll keep my distance then. Don't think I'll be going to any drinking parties in Pennsylvania anytime soon. The pickleback shot. Really? The pickleback. No. I mean, literally anything but that would be like just plain water, eggnog, and 7-Up. But brine? Pickle brine? Ugh. Don Creep says, have you tried Outer Space vodka? I bought it the first time just because I wanted the bottle. Turned out the vodka was actually pretty good. I'm not big on vodka, to be honest. I've had it before. I've had it in mixed drinks before, but just vodka, just drinking vodka for the flavor, I don't really get that. It's not my favorite thing. Jocelyn Ryan says, the great debate, Pepsi coffee or Nuka, it has my blood in it. Inquiring minds want to know since it is 2020. Well, the debate of the day, if it has to be between Pepsi coffee or Nuka, my blood is in it. I mean, clearly I'm going to take Nuka. It has my blood in it because it cures you from the scorched plague. It inoculates you, right? Pepsi coffee is just an abomination of both cola and coffee. Alt Grendel says, hey Ox, how many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? None. It's a hardware problem. Oh, software developers love that one. Sage says, hi Ox, just wanted to thank you for the many hours of entertainment and helpful tips in your Fallout videos. Your voice is very soothing and helps me sleep at night. Oh, well, you're very welcome, Sage, and thank you for the kind words. I'm working hard on my upcoming lore video for the weekend. It's so long, though, that I don't know if I'm going to get it done in time. I'm going to try, but I'm basically taking the Raider story to Vault 79 and the Foundation story to Vault 79 and merging them into one video, so it's twice as long. It's a huge video. I'm over halfway done editing the audio, but I still haven't gone through and edited the video yet, so fingers crossed I get it done in time. Rachel says, I paid for a limo and the driver never showed up. I've paid all this money and get nothing to chauffeur it. Get nothing to chauffeur it. Get nothing to chauffeur it. Lovely, Rachel. A welcome addition, as always. Thank you. And thank you for spelling that out as chauffeur. Otherwise, it might have taken me a while to get it. If you had just gone chauffeur it, I would have been like, to chauffeur it? I would have had to say it out loud many times before I finally got it. No, well done. Alarmback Sky says, hey, Ox, I'm sorry I'm very late on my bet against the Thunderjaw. Oh, really? Here's an extra $5. Also, I'm sorry I upset you about my side of the bet. I swear it was all in good fun. No, I wasn't upset. No, I mean, Lombax Sky, that's extremely kind and very generous. I'm not, no, even on the day during Horizon Zero Dawn, I didn't get upset at all. No, I thought it was all in good fun as well. So thank you very much, Lombax Sky. You're extremely generous. But yeah, I killed that Thunderblaw first time without dying. Pretty proud of myself. Jessica Sharp says, I like orange sherbet and cream soda as a drink. Oh, really? Like melted orange sherbet mixed with cream soda? Like, I could understand if you had a cream soda flavored ice cream mixed with orange sherbet, or if you made yourself a float, like an orange sherbet and cream soda float. Okay, that's okay. But just melted orange sherbet mixed in with the soda? No, I don't think I could do that. Victoria says, howdy Ox, looking forward to the game tonight. Also, how do you get a squirrel to like you? Act like a nut. It's a good one. I'm going to say that one for my kids. I like that a lot. Cole says, what lighter are you using? It looks like a Zippo. It is a Zippo. It was Jessica in the chat, I believe, who cued me into this insert that the Zippos have. It's a butane insert for your typical Zippo. And I had been using the oil Zippos for many years, but you're not supposed to use an oil-based flame with with cigars because it alters the flavor of the cigar. So you're supposed to use a match and then wait for all of the sulfur to burn off and then just burn use the wood burning to light your cigar. Or butane, because butane burns clear and clean. It doesn't impart a bad flavor to the cigar. So I got a butane insert for my Zippo, and there you go. Lewis says, what's blue and not heavy? Light blue. Thank you. Also, what cigar are you smoking tonight? Tonight I am smoking a La Aurora y Leon. It's not a Corojo, though. It's a double Maduro today. Julian Z says, hi, Ox, I just realized, why did you decide to merge both endings into one vid instead of two separate videos like you've done before? Is it a creative reason? A number of reasons. The primary one is that both the Foundation Vault 79 raid and the Creator Vault 79 raid have many storyline points that are identical. Honestly, the differences between them are minor, really. They pretty much have very different beginnings. They enter the vault different ways, but the entire pathway through the vault and the quests they have to do once they get in the vault are identical, right? So if I were going to be making two different videos, one on the Foundation raid and one on the Raider raid, I'd be repeating a lot of information. So I'm going to do one video on just Vault 79, and in that video I'm going to show both of the raids. It's going to make it a little longer, but it'll make better narrative sense. That Colin guy says, what's an encouraging vampire's favorite drink? B+, like the blood type, but also encouraging because it's not a D-. I like it. Rachel says, how are you liking Resident Evil 2 versus Resident Evil 7? I'm finding Resident Evil 7 was a bit more nerve-wracking and scary. I think probably due to the first-person nature of the game. I think first-person games are just a little bit more scary in general, just because you kind of feel thrust into the presence of the body of the person who's experiencing something. A third-person game, I don't think is just as scary. But I'm still really enjoying the game in terms of puzzles. I mean, I'm not enjoying the inventory management. I think that's just a problem with Resident Evil games because 7 was no different. I also understand that it's on purpose. It makes the game a little bit more frustrating and it makes every choice have a bit more impact. Okay, sure. But yeah, inventory management in the Resident Evil franchise is frustrating. But yeah, the level design is interesting. The creatures are great. So far, the story is really interesting. Wandering Paladin says, hey, Ox, weirdest I've had is Pepsi plus milk. Oh, ugh, why? Just, gotta drown down that thought with Scotch. Pepsi and milk. Jared says, hey, Ox, I'm from Kentucky, and we love Goetta. Goetta. How do you pronounce that? Jetta? Goetta? Have you ever tried it? It's a type of sausage-type meat, but with oats. What? A sausage-type meat with oats? So what, they use oats as a binding material for a sausage? I mean, sounds okay, but I've never tried it, no. I'll have to check it out. Linda on Facebook says, hello, I dilute my eggnog with milk to thin it out. Would you please give my son a shout out for me? His name is Anthony Swerzinski. Yeah, shout out to Anthony Swerzinski. And Linda, cutting the eggnog with milk, yeah, I can see that. Because eggnog, it just comes out a little thick, right? Just a bit too strong, a bit too rich. J. King says, "Hello, Oxhorn. I finally got Fallout 3 to work on my PC. It took me all week, but I got it. Also, I don't have any DLC for it. What would you say is the best one for it? I have the money." Oh, that's hard. I mean, Mothership Zeta was just all around a great DLC. It's not as open world. Like, if you're wanting a really open world DLC for Fallout 3, then I guess I'd say the Pit. No, I mean, the Pit is not... It's good in open world, but it's not quite as open world as Point Lookout. Point Lookout is a nice, good open world DLC. So if you want a good open world DLC, do Point Lookout. But if you want something that's got really funny and interesting characters, awesome weapons, and the gear you get is just amazing, even if the story is a little linear, then Mothership Zeta is a great DLC for Fallout 3. Jocelyn Ryan says, "Did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? He's okay because it was a soft drink." Well, of course he's okay. Hard drinks, they're the ones that hurt you. Oh, by the way, I have a number of drinks today. I've got my hard drink, which is just Scotch. I'm tempering that with a soft drink, which is Coke. It's not rum and Coke. I figured I don't want two alcohols tonight. It's just regular Coke. Just to sweeten the palate a little bit. And then I've got my coffee left over from the morning stream, which I haven't finished. And my cigar. So yeah, I've got a lot coming in. So I've got a lot that I'm imbibing today. Luke says, "Hello, I finally got in on a live stream. I was adding new plants and fish to my 2 tanks. Well, that sounds like a fun hobby. I've been considering getting some fish for the home. That would be a wonderful idea." And where would I put it, though? I do want to get some fish. I think the kids would like that. But it's hard to keep fish in a house with kids because the kids want to keep feeding the fish. And then they feed the fish too much and the fish die. So maybe I shouldn't do fish. Here's Brian Sanchez's Fallout 3 DLC breakdown. He says Mothership Zeta, then the Pit, then Broken Steel, then Point Lookout in his order of favorite. Boethai Cultist with a donation. Thank you very much, Cultist. And then Julian Z says, "All right, Ox, I can't wait for the Vault 79 vid. Now, with Wastelanders coming to a close, I'll be looking forward to the long-awaited Vault 94 vid." I mean, it's like you're reading my mind because that's kind of what I had in mind. After I finish the full story of Wastelanders, I was going to do the Vault 94 vid. So yeah, that's coming. Stay tuned for that. Whatever Tube says, where do super mutant behemoths come from? All mutants are old, but not all are giant. More tip money from the restaurant for you. Always, Josh and Jody. Thank you, Josh and Jody. Well, the lore reason is that a super mutant behemoth is just a really old super mutant, but I don't think that's entirely the case. And the reason I say that is because we do find a super mutant behemoth inside a lake in West Virginia. And by that time, FEV hadn't been a thing for more than 25 years. So we already know that there are super mutants in the universe that are older than 25 years old, right? Marcus, for example, from Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas, he was a very old super mutant, but he had not turned into a super mutant behemoth. We always got the impression before Fallout 76 that super mutant behemoths must have been like hundreds of years old for them to have gotten that big. But I think we need to adjust our philosophy on that with the evidence that we find in West Virginia, and instead perhaps think that super mutants are not only old super mutants, but they were exposed to a concentrated form of FEV, because the super mutant behemoth that we do find in Appalachia was sitting in the pond that West Tech infected with FEV. Like, that's the drinking water that they infected to infect the town of Huntersville. And it's in that very pond that they infected with FEV that we find the super mutant behemoth. So I think it has more to do with exposure level to FEV rather than how old the super mutant is. But perhaps it's a combination of the two. A cultist says, hey, Oxhorn, hi from Ireland. Have a good day, my man. Will do, cultist. You have a good day as well. Hi all the way from Seattle. Jay King says, hello again. It's not a big deal, but I'd prefer just to be called Jay. Have even more money. Okay, Jay, I can do that. Thank you very much for the kindness, my friend. Looks good to me, says chocolate milk with cereal. Try it out, my friends. I don't know if I could do that. But, I mean, there are some cereals where by the time you finish eating the cereal, the milk has turned to chocolate milk. Like if you pour milk over Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa Pebbles, by the time you get through the cereal part, you're pretty much left with a bowl of chocolate milk. Evan Ezel says, hey, Oxhorn, don't know if anyone has asked you this, but what is your Fallout tier list? Fallout tier list? I don't know what you mean, if you mean something other than which one I like the best. And again, I can't break it down into a tier list. A tiered list of these are top tier Fallouts and these are bottom tiered Fallouts. Because I think all of the Fallout games are different in their own ways that make them amazing, right? Fallouts 1 and 2 are older games. Gameplay styles are a little bit clunkier and older and not what one would expect when playing a Bethesda Fallout, but that's part of their charm. That's part of what makes them great. So it would be very difficult to tier them appropriately. They're all great for different reasons. Philip G says, so I hate apple cider, but last Thanksgiving I went to Colorado to my friends, and he gave me warm apple cider with Smirnoff caramel vodka. It's a liquid caramel apple. So I made myself thirsty now. Wow. Hard apple cider with Smirnoff caramel vodka? I would try it. It sounds delicious. Deuteronomus says, I say behemoths absorbed huge amounts of radiation, which caused them to grow over time. They grew bigger and better resist super high radiation thanks to the forced evolutionary virus evolving them. Yeah, and it could also be a mixture of just high levels of radiation. Dave says, hi Ox, I've been having a bit of trouble getting Fallout 4 to run smoothly on my PC. Got any tips? I've got a 2070 and a Ryzen 5 2060. I mean, I don't. I've never tried to get Fallout 4 to work on a computer with that kind of a graphics card. Or that. I mean, I've got Intel CPUs. So I can say that the Bethesda Fallouts tend to not be backwards compatible. It's very difficult to get older Fallout games working on newer machines. This is true for anyone who's tried to get Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas to work on a Windows 10 machine knows just how difficult it is. You've got to spend hours figuring out things to get it to work. But I think that's the way it is with many games. I mean, just trying to get the original Fallout and Fallout 2 to work on my Windows 10 gaming computer was a challenge in and of itself. So, I don't know exactly what your Fallout 4 problems are. There are a variety of Steam guides that you can try to go through to make your Fallout 4 run more smoothly. That's what I did when I was trying to get it to run smoothly. Michael says, hey Oxhorn, so glad to be here for Scotch and Smoke Rings tonight. Me too, my friend. I'm glad that you made it by. Good to see ya. Douglas Delegard says, Ox, I'm here. I've been here since the beginning. I'm just listening at work. No worries, my friend. Have a good day at work. I hope I don't distract you too much, but I'm also glad that you made it. Mr. Duckface says, here's a question so everyone can pitch in their opinions. What's your favorite pizza toppings? All the best, Oxhorn. I like a good meat eater's pizza, though. If I'm being exotic, I like a good chicken bacon ranch. Right? It's not real ranch sauce on it. It's like a white pizza sauce with bacon and chicken and maybe some cheddar cheese. That's a pizza shop nearby does that, and it's really good. But that's only if I'm feeling really exotic. Typically, I'm good with just sausage, pepperoni, maybe a little ground beef, maybe some bacon. Just a good meat eater's pizza. If you say pineapple, I don't know if we can be friends. I'm sorry, but I just like pineapple and anchovies. I don't know if we can be friends. That's almost as bad as Pepsi Coke. Ranker says, don't know if it was said yet, but Layers of Fear 2 is free on Epic right now. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You're kidding me, really? I'll have to snag it after the broadcast. Thank you, Ranker. Bernard Francis says, hey, Oxhorn. It's been a while, but I'm glad to catch you live again. What scotch have you been drinking? Today I'm drinking 12-year-old Glenfiddich. It's they were out of Lafroig. And I do like a good Lafroig, but I also like Glenfiddich. 12 years old. Cheers. Michael says Domino's just switched to Real Ranch for their chicken bacon ranch. See, I don't know if I could do Real Ranch. I don't like Real Ranch. The only reason I tried the chicken bacon ranch pizza is at pizza places is because I know it's not Real Ranch. I know it's got to be like an Alfredo or something like that. And so I tried it, and it ended up being good. But I don't like ranch dressing. So, yeah, I don't think I would do that at Domino's. No Name says, anyone who says pineapple is canceled. You're going to go ahead and cancel. I don't know what it was, but in the 90s, it seemed like pineapple on pizza was ubiquitous. It was absolutely everywhere. I grew up in the 90s. I was a child of the 90s. I went to a lot of kids' birthday parties in the 90s as a child myself, and it seemed like everyone was going to like Pizza Hut and Chuck E. Cheese and getting pineapple on their pizza. And it was torture for me as a child because I would go to all of these pizza parties and be served this pizza, and it would be pineapple and pepperoni pizza. So I've got vivid memories of picking chunks of yellow, sticky, sweet pineapple out of what is supposed to be a delectable, savory dish. But no, it's sticky, sweet pineapple chunks. And then it wouldn't even work because you'd get all the pineapple out and then you would take a bite, but it would still have pineapple juice in it. So you would get this big whang of pineapple sweetness to your pepperoni pizza. And it'd be like, ugh. But now it's like everybody I know hates pineapple on pizza. It must have been a thing, like a fad of the 90s where everyone loved pineapple on pizza. And nowadays, they've thought better of it, and I'm hoping that's the case. Chininator says, Oxhorn, I love pineapple pizza. Oh, there's got to be at least one. Chininator, that's all right. No hate in the chat here. I mean, you're wrong. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be wrong on Scotch and Smoke Rings. It's okay to be wrong while watching this broadcast. Oh, Chininator, I'm sorry. Little Timmy says, Timmy! Resident Timmy! Thank you very much, Timmy. Another good South Park reference. Some girls at my work like pineapple, says Sean. I don't know, man. I just can't imagine. Pineapple on pizza. Courtney says pineapple pizza is awesome. Oh, all of the pineapple pizza fans are banding together for moral support. They're getting bullied by Oxhorn, who hates pineapple pizza, and so they're banding together for moral support. I love it. Dave says, update all. All I had to do was install all of the DLC, and it runs fine. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Dave. Thanks for giving us an update. Shadowshine says the next big Oxhorn scandal. Oxhorn declares war on pineapples. Yes, that's me. I'm declaring war on the pineapples. Sarah Slack says, hi, Ox. Please give a shout out to Elliot Slack from Turbo Slack. Have a good game. Okay, Sarah Slack and Elliot Slack from Turbo Slack. There's a shout out, my friends. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will have a good game. I hope you guys can stick around and enjoy it. Brandon Murphy says, all right, just hear me out. Scotch and smoke rings and Witcher 3 and pineapple pizza. Come on, anyone? No. You had me. I was with you kind of there on Witcher 3, but with the pineapple pizza? No. Oh, God. You're all going to come to the program tomorrow with pineapple pizza and Pepsi Coke or Pepsi Coffee. You're going to torment me with pineapple pizza and Pepsi Coffee while I'm just trying to have a nice game of Witcher 3 tomorrow. That's what I see what's happening here. No Name says, yeah, now they're super canceled. Here's No Name getting all on his horse. He's going to go cancel people for liking pineapple pizza. Jay King says, I'm going to be another weird one and say that I love pineapple on pizza, but I have to say cheese pizza is my favorite. My daughter's favorite is cheese pizza. I haven't introduced the kids to pineapple on pizza. I know my son would hate it, right? His taste is very much like mine. But my daughter is at the age where if she knows you don't want her to do something, or if she hears somebody say that she doesn't like something, her instinct is to rebel. And so she'll say, oh, I love that, if you say you don't like it. Or if you say that you like something, she'll go, oh, I don't like that, right? So I don't really know what she likes. She changes from day to day. So she might try it. I can't predict whether or not she would like it. I don't think she would like it. I mean, who would like it? Really? It's crazy. It's nuts. Whatever Tube says, Jody likes pineapple. Josh, not so much. Well, what do they say? That it's the differences that keep you together. The differences that make you stronger. Bernard says pineapple only works on Hawaiian pizza, never pepperoni. Needs to be salty, chucked ham with it, or it doesn't work. Oh, salty, chucked ham with pineapple on pizza? Oh, Jesus. I mean, we could change the topic at any time, guys. I know you're fascinated about the pineapple on pizza thing, but really, we could talk about a lot. A lot is going on in this year. You want to talk about anything else? Coronavirus? No? Pineapple pizza? Okay. Ranker says, thanks to your playthrough, I'm going to be a certain superstar cop for Halloween. I even found a truly horrific necktie. Oh, that's great. I would ask you to share pictures on Twitter. But, if you don't want to, I totally understand. But, those who can do a Disco Elysium cosplay for Halloween, more props to you. That's just great. Philip G says, new Oxhorn shirt, please. Down with communism, down with the Red Menace, and down with pineapple pizza. It would probably sell well, that's the thing. Rachel says, here's a tip for Captain to make an appearance on the show. Captain? Captain Morgan? Well, I don't drink Captain Morgan anymore. I used to. I enjoy Captain Morgan and Sailor Jerry. But I prefer Kraken. But even though I don't have any rum today, I've got Scotch. Or is the Captain a character in Resident Evil 2 that I haven't met yet? Maybe. I look forward to it. Lambeck Sky says, great, now I'm hungry. Who wants pineapple pizza? I've probably made the whole chat hungry now talking about pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza and Pepsi coffee. Weirdbeard says, need to broaden your taste buds there, Ox. No, my taste buds are broad enough. I've got all of the basic food groups. Ham, pepperoni, and bacon. That's it. That's all you need. I understand you want to be a well-rounded individual. So bacon, ham, and pepperoni will make you well-rounded. That's my TED Talk. Cheers. Modern Paladin says, I ordered pizza tonight. All pepperoni, no pineapple. Good on you, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. You'll be munching on that pepperoni pizza while zombies will be munching on my character's neck or face or whatever. All right, 10 minutes, folks, and then we dive into Resident Evil 2. 10 more minutes. Rachel says, Admiral, my mistake. Oh. Here's the tip for Admiral to make an appearance on the show. If I can go see. I've got to get up. Let's see if I can find him. Hold on. All right, Rachel, I can't tonight because he's cuddled up with my kids who are in bed right now, and I didn't want to disturb them. But maybe tomorrow, if I remember, I can bring him in to say hi on Witcher 3. Michael says, ever try margarita pie or vodka pies? I say pie because of the New York in me. Margarita pie. Oh, pizza pie. A margarita or vodka pizza? Would have never occurred to me. No, I've never tried it. Never tried it. None of your beeswax says FEV will probably be distributed via pineapple pizza. That's right. Then only those who deserve it will get infected, right? Okay. I can see the master's plan there. Lombax guy says Sisty Pigs pizza. Ooh, no thanks. Don't need to be thinking about that right now. Ugh. Jason Whitaker says, just finished the debate, and man, am I ready for some Resident Evil 2. That's right, let's cleanse our minds after such a thing with some zombies being shot to death. Or ran from. It's not like we have a lot of ammunition in this game. J. King says, a question for everyone. What are you being for Halloween? I have no choice but to be a security officer. Lol. Well, sorry about that. I'm not dressing up for Halloween either. The kids, it's difficult. This is a very difficult year for dressing up for Halloween because it's not like we can go to a Halloween party. It's not like I can take the kids trick-or-treating like we did last year. Last year I took the kids trick-or-treating and they had a blast. I mean, we can't do that. We can't knock on strangers' doors in the middle of a global pandemic, right? So, yeah, I don't know. My kids keep telling me what they want to dress up as, but I don't think I'll be dressing up, and I don't know what we'll even do. Shannon says, listening with a margarita at the fire pit. Sounds like a wonderful evening. And then Alt Grendel says, don't forget the lights. Right. I will get the lights in just a few minutes. Holden says, do you genuinely dislike pineapple on pizza from personal experience, or do you dislike it, the idea of it because the internet tells you to? Oh, I'm just a feeble sheeple, Holden. I only do what the internet tells me to. No, if you were here earlier, when the topic of pineapple pizza came up, I actually went through and talked about my childhood experiences. Growing up in the 90s, going to kids' birthday parties, and everyone had pineapple pizza. So yeah. It comes from personal experience. Personal trauma, I should say. Those are my scars. Jared says, what about a glazed grilled cheeseburger donuts? What? Glazed and grilled cheeseburger donuts. Look, I don't understand this new trend for one food to be two foods. I'm happy with one food being one food and another food being another food. I love cheeseburgers. I love donuts. I don't need a cheeseburger donut. So instead of a bun, it's a donut? What, like a glazed donut, a strawberry sprinkled donut on a cheeseburger? That just seems just absurd to me. I don't know. I mean, find me a restaurant where that's being served. Frankly, I can hardly believe it. Jay says, haven't been watching lately. Thoughts on 76 since they changed it? I wouldn't know. Haven't played it in a very long time. At least I got an avatar long. Yeah, it's a much better game in my opinion. The new quests are interesting. Lots of people to talk to. The gear is pretty good as well. I mean, I'm on episode 30 something of Wastelander, so yeah, there's a lot of new lore, new stories to explore. Looks good to me. It says dress up for a stream, Ox. What, on Halloween? I'd have to be creative. See, that's the thing. I don't want to have to sit down and be creative with a costume. Maybe. Ned Flanders says, hi diddly eye neighbor. Well, hi there diddly back to you, Ned. Good to see ya. Whatever Tube says, do a shot. Do some smoke rings, please. Lights off, please. Okay, we'll do lights off just before we start the game. But I will do a smoke ring. And I'll take a sip of scotch. Bernard says, any chance we can get a smoke ship? No? Lol? Ring then? Jake, joking. No ship tonight, but yeah, I'll do another smoke ring for you. There you go. Agrophobic Cyanide says, thin crust Philly cheesesteak pizza. By the way, I love your videos. Cheers. Ooh. I mean, that does sound tasty. I mean, that's another example of two things being combined into one thing. But that does sound tasty. SC Gamer says, hi, Ox. I've been on your channel for 7 years now, and I love your vids. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, the channel's been around for a long time, even before I started doing all of the Fallout stuff, so it's always good to see the old-timers stop on by. Tilly says, the worst for me was going to a birthday party, only to find out the cake was ice cream cake. Mom, come get me, lol. It's no fun being lactose intolerant. Oh, that must really suck. But wait a minute, isn't there dairy in regular birthday cake as well? I understand there's probably more dairy in an ice cream cake, but even a regular cake, it's got butter and things like milk in it and cream sometimes. So, are you able to eat cake, just not ice cream and milk? I don't know. Because ice cream cake is really good. Tilly says, wait, I didn't eat the cake. I got picked up before that. Oh, no. Lol, I should have proofread that. I just felt betrayed is all. Oh, sorry you felt betrayed, Tilly. I can imagine that being quite a bummer. I mean, I felt betrayed finding pineapple on the pizza at the pizza party. Ranker says, you haven't lived until you had a Luther burger. A bacon cheddar burger with Krispy Kreme donuts for buns? Yes, this is a real thing at restaurants. What? A Luther burger? Why do they call it a Luther burger? I mean, that's like a Krispy Kreme donut as a bun? I mean, look, Krispy Kreme donuts are great, but the point of the bun, like this, the point of the bun is to give you a handle that you can grip as a food delivery mechanism into the mouth, right? Because imagine without the bun, you're holding on to a patty with maybe some cheese and bacon, and it's flipping and flopping all over. You're getting grease on your hands. The point of a bun is to soak up all that grease to give you something that doesn't make your hands all dirty so that you can deliver the food into your mouth. When you put a Krispy Kreme donut on there in place of the bun, now you're getting glaze, all sorts of sugary donut glaze all over your hands. Because it's not like you can hold a donut like that with these 3 fingers or these 2 fingers and then just, gently nibble, right? That's how I eat the donuts. Right? Because it's supposed to, now it's not only supporting the weight of the fluffy donut, it's supporting the weight of a huge, heavy, meat-filled burger. So now you got to grip it. You're no longer just daintily holding the glazed donut like this. You're gripping it with your maws, or with your paws, and then stuffing it into your maw, right? So you're getting glaze all over your hands. That doesn't sound good to me. They didn't think this through. It defeats the purpose of a bun. Victor Who says, what kind of cigars do you like? Also, first time donating, long time viewer. Thank you, Victor. I like Churchill-sized hand-rolled cigars. I also like torpedo-shaped, the sort of tapered ends, and chisel-shaped. Chisels are nice because you can just squeeze the chisel and it snaps open so you don't have to cut it. Jessica says, what do you think about deep-fried Twinkies? Well, I mean, I would have to try it, but I don't know if I want to. Deep fried Twinkies? I mean, it's delicious enough. Why even make it more delicious with deep frying it? Just, it's a bit much. Jeff says, the place I worked at before FEV had a nacho pizza with cheese sauce as the base. Wow. I mean, I want to see it just out of morbid curiosity. That sounds, holy cow. Jay King says, friendly a reminder, you can drop the king from my username. Also, I have to get back to work now. So have a good night to all of my fellow human friends. It's going to take some time, Jay, because I see the name and I just read it. I'll try, Jay. I'll try. Thank you for that, and good luck at work today. All right. It's time. Let's get Resident Evil up and running. Here we go. And then I'll do the lights. Okay, there we go. We're getting spooky. Is that spooky enough? All right, because this is running full screen, it knocked out my chat. Let me see if I can get that back up real quick. Victoria says, sounds like we know what my hubby is making this weekend. Donut burgers. I've given you guys like a mental image now. You got to make yourself a donut burger. Manuel says, my strategy for Resident Evil, shoot everything. Good luck, Ox. Thanks. I mean, that was my strategy until I ran out of ammunition. I'll do my best to survive. Okay, what's this? What? Why? What? Why is it not working? What? I did a live stream just this morning. Hold on. Okay, I'm clearly having some sort of issue. Give me a second to try and figure this out. Right, yeah, this is really weird. I mean, clearly I'm streaming live. You can see me as you've seen me for the past hour, but for some reason, my capture card, my video capture card isn't working. And my only solution there is to try to restart the broadcast. To restart the computer. Which I can do, and that won't take me too long, but it means I've got to restart the broadcast. SC Gamer Night says, Ox, do you plan on playing the new Cyberpunk game? I do plan on it. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, I'll tell you what I can do before I try to end the broadcast to diagnose this. Let me try another game. And if that works, then we know it's the game. If it doesn't work, then we know it's the capture card. And then I can try to restart my gaming computer to see if that fixes it. If it doesn't, then we know that it's my stream software setup or something wrong with my other computer. Oh no says, hi Ox, this is my very first donation. You are a very kind and entertaining person. You deserve it. By the way, have you seen the new Resident Evil 8 trailer yet? Well, thank you. That's extremely kind. No, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so it's not able to pick up Doom Eternal. So something happened between my broadcast this morning of Wasteland 3 and now that has caused my capture card to malfunction somehow. We can only hope that it's not permanent. And that I just need to restart the computer. because you can clearly hear the game fine. The game is working. All right, let's try this again. Sean says, what about a pineapple cheeseburger? It was in a movie. No, thank you. All right, I'm going to restart my gaming computer, and during that time, I'm not going to be able to see your super chats, so just bear with me. I'm restarting now. See, this is the nice thing about broadcasting from one computer. If I have any glitches with my gaming setup, then I don't have to end the broadcast. It doesn't take this down. So I can still broadcast even though my gaming computer is doing a hard reboot. I mean, I don't think someone has unplugged anything. That's a bad sign. Okay, so I just restarted the computer, and I still can't see the capture card. So I need to end the broadcast and try again, all right? If I can get it to work, I'll be live again in about 5 minutes. If I can't, then I'll let you know on Twitter, and I'll have to end the broadcast early. Sorry about that, but this is coming as news to me as well. So cross your fingers. I'm going to disappear for a bit, but if I can get it to work, I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? Be back soon. Sorry.